What up, everybody? It's Saturday, and we all hate the Forge. No, that's not true. It's Saturday, and we're here to play. What game is this, you guys? Yeah. Rime of the Frostmaiden. That's right. And
Simon says.
why I'm down here on my camera? I'm like way down here. I don't understand what happened.
It
I
looks
don't,
like you're sitting at the kids' table.
I don't know what happened. I'd never moved my mind. Anyway, Drake is the DM, and I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, thank you.
What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's Saturday, July 31st. Is that the last day of summer? No. No. Feels like it's the middle of summer. 105 today in Spokane.
Oh my God! Why the
Rob,
fuck is Sven not on camera again? Why does this keep happening?
little S,
Well,
Little less
big
for you.
S.
but
It's one of
if I
those.
if
Did I
I
not fix the link?
I don't know. Camera Sven properties. It is little s. Oh wait, now is it gonna work?
I
Hold
just
on.
fixed it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you have to fix it. Okay. Okay.
The link is
There we
wrong.
go. All right. And then Bob's not there, but Bob's not even on camera, so it doesn't matter. All right. What happened?
We
Yeah,
got
at Sven. Tell him it's hot in Spokane. It is.
I've got a big S. What?
Because
Who's got a big ass?
we have a big
what?
ass because it's hot here.
What's up, Caesar? So we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight, 5th edition. We are in the middle, actually close to the end of Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden, and the players are all over there, and the characters find themselves in Yithrin, a necropolis. It used to be a flying city, but it has crashed. And things are still lit up. Things are buzzing. There's stuff to be found, and the characters just left the Tower of Conjuration, where they've been collecting some words, some words. They're trying to figure out how to get into Big Tower, where all the loot's at. Right?
I don't know.
You know, it's all up in there. But there's all kinds of buildings and stuff scattered around. So we're gonna first start off doing some character introductions, and we're gonna start off left to right there with Rob playing Zazzy.
Rob Tui, everybody, and I am playing Zazzy. And Zazzy is a 9th level cleric. He is an ass, MR, ASMR race, and his special defense is douchebag. I'm not used to going first, and he has dark vision. Thank you.
You get on the table first, I think, is how it works.
Oh, is that
I
right?
think I don't know, left to right. I don't.
In 5 years, I've never figured out how those things are put up there.
I you would think that's how it works, but
And I was not
sometimes it
first. I
doesn't.
was third actually. I logged on third because there was 2 people here already.
Well, Yix and Grun.
So like I said, one person.
Yeah, I don't know. But Sven playing Obsidian.
So Obsidian is a monk. Started off as a juggler and an entertainer. Found that has access to the weave somehow, and has sort of been getting more and more in tune with that. Uh, so he's able to cast some spells and things. Although he is not a sorcerer, like or a warlock, like everybody else in the group.
Yeah.
I'm not a sorcerer or a warlock.
There's more pacts been made with devils and demons in this group than the Avernus ever thought of having. Bill, played by Diablo Bob, are you back? No, we'll pause over him. Marbanya playing Quaid, aka Dennis.
Today I'm kind of feeling like Dennis. It's a Dennis kind of day. Quaid is from the Shadowfell. He's a Shadarkai Shadow Elf, and he is in fact a warlock. But prior to being a warlock, he was a sorcerer or something like that. He's so confused anymore; he doesn't remember. So we're old. This is the AARPG group, by the way. So if yeah.
Manicuri playing Grun.
So Grun is a young human warlock who has an old soul, grumpy old man soul, who likes to blast anybody who comes on his driveway.
Get off my lawn!
Exactly.
And there we have it, the AARPG gaming group Saturday night. And let's get rolling. So you guys have realized that there are 8 schools of magic, and you guys are looking for the 8 towers of said magic. Thinking it has something to do with getting into the spire that's in the middle. But there are some other buildings around. You guys are over here at the Tower of Conjuration. It's been about probably about an hour, maybe a little bit more, since you guys had a long rest. I do believe you guys took a long rest out in the Caves of Hunger and then came back in last session. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you were in the Tower of Conjuration, there was the Bigsby's hands, and 2 of them were banished, and so there are still 2 of them up there. If anyone wants to go play patty cake.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Texas Try
no
2020.
patty
Thanks
cakes.
for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
There's this building over here that looks like it's like an 8 tusk towers that lean over a very monumental building. You think it could be some kind of central archive or something. It's got 8 towers representing the different schools of magic. You know, the 8 leaning. You see it over there. There's also back here another building that it's a colossal building, and it has many lofty turrets, and it's pretty beat up though. It's in a lot of disrepair. The ground below it's littered with rubble and stuff from the towers falling over. And the giant-sized doors at the base stand slightly ajar.
I think we
And
should search all of these little houses, all of them, because there's got to be something in each and every one of them.
And I think from over there, you guys can make out this what looks like a canopy of golden leaves on top of trees in kind of a sunken basin, so you can see like the trees are sticking up. But the place, the trees, you know, it's pretty bleak in here, so the trees definitely seem out of the ordinary.
But there was something about an oak branch, something about an oak wand.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
started a note for you guys, so check your notes. Inscriptions. So those are the inscriptions you've found so far. The Tower of Abjuration, the Tower of Conjuration, the Tower of Illusion, and the Tower of Transmutation is what you guys have found.
That was cool. You were bolding them as you were doing them. That was fun.
Control B. Control B. When I first started using Fantasy Grounds, I didn't even know how to control P. So life has changed a lot, even in my home life. I control P now.
From the Nether Oak? So is there a particular, if we walked up close to this thing, does there look like a special tree out there that might be the Nether Oak?
You guys are pretty far away, so I mean, if you guys want to go over that way, we can discuss it further.
Yeah, I'm just not driving the token. I don't know who is driving the token. It's not me. I'm kicked
Yeah,
back in the back
the
seat.
DM's driving the token. I'm just kind of letting the party drive the party. You
Well,
guys want to go over there
we
to
wanna
check out
see
the
these
trees?
Yeah.
All right, so
Sure.
you guys come over, and when you get over to this blue arrow that's in the way over here,
All right. Yeah. Okay.
because I
A
know
big
Rob
blue
was
arrow
looking at
says.
it too.
Oh,
I know Rob
it
was
was all I
looking
could do to not say anything about it.
at. You can make out where'd it go? A canopy of golden leaf crowns the trees inside of a sunken basin. The trees grow in stark contrast to their bleak surroundings, their branches swaying even though the air is deathly still. Um, so yeah, there is a tree out here that that's bigger than the other ones. I don't know why they didn't draw that, but like this one out here, it's like bigger than the rest of them.
Well, that's got to be the great
Can
oak
we
or whatever, right?
target it?
Can I target
we
it?
target it?
Can I target it?
Every time it's can we target it?
Damn mimics.
I'm back, guys. Sorry for the delay. My son was freaking out because he couldn't find a stuffy.
I'm not
So-
sure I understand that, but anyway.
Drake, we had a long rest. I have a cloak that's not identified in my inventory for some reason.
Is it a cloak?
That's it's the name of it. It just says cloak.
That's that mantle that you never identified.
Well, we had a long
Remember?
rest.
Yeah, but that
Oh.
was like forever ago.
Okay.
Quaid, I'm gonna take healer's kit used off of you because we had a long rest.
Very good. Thank you. Also got dirt.
Yeah, Valley needs to quit concentrating on Everett's black tentacles.
You said this basin. This is like a sunken.
Yeah, it's like
section.
it's a hollow in the city floor, and you can see like there's some kind of light being amplified over the top of like it's a dome over the trees.
But where
It
we
doesn't look like
stand-
it's a force field or anything. It looks like it's light or something flickering like over the top of the trees.
What is the
From
ground? Is it grass
outside.
or is it dirt?
It looks like it looks like grass, grass and bushes and stuff in there. It looks like an arboretum. You can see some kind of like vents that are spaced around the perimeter, and every now and then you see one of the vents that like lets out a puffy gray vapor, like, and you see it kind of rise up into the air, and it makes the lights kind of flicker and stuff from the
And
outside.
These are the lights. These things that are those just street lights?
Yeah, those are street lights that cast the light spell everywhere, like kind of a greenish light. Or a bluish light, I'm sorry.
I don't like it.
This whole place is just weird looking.
So there's a tree that's right close to us. I'm going to reach out and touch it.
The branches aren't close enough for you to touch from the outside. You have to kind of hop down in there if you want to touch a tree.
Go give it a hug.
Kind of, you gotta reach through the dome lights. There's a dome over it, like, and it just looks like it's made out of light, though.
Over each one?
No, over the whole
Oh.
thing.
Okay.
The whole thing. There's a dome over it, so.
But we haven't gone inside the dome yet.
Right.
Do
That's
we
what I
wanna do
keep
that,
saying.
everybody?
You guys are on the outside.
Does anybody want
Can
to
we
go in
make
the
it
dome?
oblong?
Can't
I
you
say,
change
we
that?
let-
Damn it! Can't you make that the same shape?
I say we let Sven go in first, and then everybody else kind of pile in after.
Okay. They grab me by the hands and feet and go 1, 2,
No.
go. Just
No, because if
swing
we
him
did
in
that,
there.
he'd juggle on the way in there, and it would be a whole big thing.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. You want to send
Um,
Yix in?
Yeah, just kind of fly around and check it out. See if he can see anything in more detail than we can from out here.
He flies around and he says, "There's a big tree in the middle, and lots of other trees. But you got to come in and see the sky. It's really cool. It's
Are there
totally cool."
branches on the ground below the big tree,
Uh,
like fallen branches?
Maybe.
it's kind of either yes or no.
If we can pick up one, we don't have to. I don't know, wake something up. Just get that and make the wand out of it. Try not
I
to
didn't
wake
go
up.
near the tree. I didn't want to go near the tree. It was snoring. It was making snoring sounds.
Well, that's
Uh-huh,
now that's a big deal now. These are these alive treant type things or something. Well, he's not hurt, so we can go in there, right? We should be able to go in.
Let's go back and hang out with those nymphos in that one forest.
I think they were called nymphs,
Oh, nymphs.
not nymphos.
Nymphos.
There's a big deal.
And it was just one. It was just one, by the way.
Well, if it's a nympho, that's all you need is one. But if they're nymphs, you see, because she can't get enough from everybody.
What's the
Seconds.
name?
Oh,
Sharing is caring.
Seconds. Tyken.
Tyken. So you guys get down in there?
Well,
Get-
I
get
think
down
since
in there.
Yix didn't get hurt, we would be able to go in the
Yeah,
light of
Yix is
dawn.
like he's like looking at himself. I can't tell. I'm invisible.
No, you see,
Yeah.
when you're invisible, that's not how that works. When you're invisible, you can see stuff. Stuff can't see you. That's the difference. All right.
That's just what Quaid walks in there along with.
Yeah, Zazzy's got
So,
enough of
so
the
you
city and
envision
going
when you're invisible that you can see yourself? I always envisioned that you couldn't see yourself when you're invisible.
No, you can't see yourself.
Right. So he doesn't know if he's wounded or not. He can't see himself. He's
No,
like,
but he
"I
would
don't
be
think I'm
in
wounded."
pain, right? He would be.
He hasn't
I
lost a hip.
He hasn't lost it. I'm still going back to, are there branches on the ground? Maybe.
Maybe.
That's a
Maybe.
DM non-answer.
Tyken.
All right, so let's go ahead and just all head on in.
All right. Everybody but Zazzy. Just kidding. I'm going in.
Bill,
All right. So when you guys step down inside and you can kind of now see the inside of the dome, the let's see, it doesn't actually. It's an illusionary hemisphere above the arboretum projects a false sky.
Oh.
And you can see that it's kind of malfunctioning. It's flickering between like a wild windstorm and a vast field of stars. So you can see like half of it's like a storm and clouds and stuff, and then the other half's like stars, and then sometimes it'll flicker and then they'll switch sides and stuff like that.
Sweet.
So you guys start to make your way through here, and everybody give me actually the power of roll for initiative. Select all PCs, and I need one of those. So
Ooh, it was a secret one.
Yip's like picking up sticks and going, is this the one we need? Is this the one we need? And he's showing them to Bill, and Bill's like, no, no. But Zazzy, Grun, Obsidian, and Quaid notice like a deep rumbly coming from this really big oak tree in the heart of this arboretum. And, you know, you guys are about 70 to 80 yards away. And it says you can hear something sleeping. And then, of course, Yex and Bill going, is this stick big enough? No. And Bill's like, no.
Oh, what's that sound? I can't barely hear you, Yix.
You guys failed your perception. That's why I'm picking on you.
Well,
Yep.
Quaid would walk over and kind of check it out, see if he can see a face on this thing.
So you're gonna kind of, it's kind of out in an opening kind of by itself. So you're just gonna walk out there?
Sure.
All right. Well, it wakes up. You like step on a stick, make a noise. It goes, and
Oh, hello.
it's like, who's there? Stand back, or I'll leaf on you.
A leaf on you?
Yes. Oh, there's more than one. And you see the tree kind of turn and look towards Quaid. What kind of creature are you?
Oh, elf.
An elf? What do
answered
you
that
want
like you were
in
guessing.
here?
That was awesome. What do you want to hear? Is that what he said?
What do you want here? He says.
Oh, what do you want here? That's a different.
Oh, there's more of you?
Yeah.
Several. Yes.
Hi, I'm an elf.
Well, there's two. I'm not too afraid
No,
at the
he's an
moment.
ass. Amar.
An ASMR.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
So, kind of curious.
Did you see it's kind of leaning away from you two at the moment? It looks behind it a couple times, like you see its roots are kind of slowly rising the trunk up off the ground a little.
Okay.
It's like, do you want to tell me why you're here?
History of the city.
We're trying to figure out how to get in near the orb.
Oh, that's over that way. He points with one of its branches.
You have this force field on it.
We found this weird
Oh,
riddle
that's
talked about a stick, a wand from the oak.
The nether oak. Are you the never oak? Come on, what are you,
no.
walnut?
Elm.
Everybody just calls me Ray.
Right.
Well, you can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay, but you doesn't have to call me Johnson.
Raymond J. Johnson Jr.
Yeah.
It's like you're not here to chop me up, are you?
Anybody under 45
Absolutely
won't know
not.
Not unless you like it.
Of course I don't like being chopped up. I'm a
Or-
treant, sir. Don't burn well.
You don't look like an ant.
Well, thank you. I try to look more like a tree every day.
So tell 'em about the riddle. We got this riddle that says we need a wand from the nether oak. And so we were kind of wondering what that meant. And if you're the nether oak, is that something that we could request of you?
What are you saying? You want to persuade me with a charisma check?
I
Well, well, maybe Zazzy could, use both his hands on the wand and just,
Absolutely.
I have small hands, and you know what they say? Oh, fuck, I always get that wrong.
we do. You want that in
Well, you know
or-
what they say when you have small hands is it's from this pinky to this pinky. Like that. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no on
Split in half. Split in
Oh.
half. Which is that.
Now, I'm just waiting for you to be like, they say if your hand is bigger than your face, you have cancer.
Oh yeah, that one, and then
Right.
you get hit in the head. I saw all those playground games. I remember. I wonder what
I
kids
don't
do now. I think
think you're gonna do anything nice with my wood, so
follow
I
each
don't.
other on TikTok.
I don't see why I would give you any of it. You just,
That's
would
not.
you rather
That's.
us do something not nice with your wood?
I don't want you doing nefarious stuff with it.
Oh, well, we wouldn't do anything nefarious. Believe me.
I don't believe him,
Oh,
and I
fuck.
certainly don't believe you either. You just don't even look like an elf. You look all shadowy
I'm
and
from
stuff.
the Shadowfell. It's,
Yeah, well, that's
there
not
was
a
a
nice
city like
place.
that there.
You're probably
Okay.
gonna give me away to a demon or something.
You're a little paranoid, aren't you?
Well, I am not a paranoid. I am an oak.
I mean, for the Nether Oak to be, but you'd think it would be some great thing, but you're awful paranoid. You just like.
It's just you would be paranoid too if you've been down here as long as I have been.
Look,
Wonder
can you
if
just
we
get your
have a
wand and
He may just be.
Yeah.
What did you say, Maticuri? You're kind of breaking up a little.
Oh.
Like your voice activation is lagging or something.
Change that. I made an offhand comment about him maybe not being the right nether oak, that maybe he was just a sapling.
It's like, well, I haven't been a sapling in a millennial or more. What day is it? Where are we? I've been sleeping a long time.
Deep under the ice, believe it or not.
I don't like this weather. It's odd. It's stormy and clear. I can't. Points up to the sky.
Bill will say, is there anything that we can do to help convince you to give us your nether wand?
Yes.
What is that?
You can persuade me with a 19 persuasion check like Bill did.
Oh, all right. You know what?
He's like, well, I kind of like your fangs there, sir.
Who's
I
fangs?
trust you. Points to the half orc.
Half orc.
I'm Bill.
Do you want to try to persuade this guy, Bill?
Bill just did.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Guess what? I'm gonna use my inspiration for this.
And I failed.
I don't know why I
Obsidian's
think
gonna
it's so important, but I'm gonna do it.
cast resistance on himself and then go see if any of the other trees wake up.
I'm not sure we each have to have one of these things.
Yes!
Nice.
Prophecy Lund, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Corey, I mean.
So the treant is convinced to part with some of its wood. And
It's willing to give its wood to Zazzy.
you guys have succeeded on that encounter.
Well, it was totally
You
worth
didn't
my
have to
inspiration.
fight. You didn't have to fight all the needle blights.
Nice. We don't want to fight them. We'll just take the XP. Thank you. Level up.
Waited a fight? Since when?
Although Obsidian is over poking at a tree, going, "Hey, wake up! Hey, wake up!"
Oh yeah,
You guys
we
came out of the
won. We
clearing.
won, Obsidian. We won. Stop poking.
Leveling up is over here.
Leveling up is this way.
Leveling up.
Which way to level up?
So I don't know. You guys can check that off your list. You got some wood.
All right. Now, did we get the
Sorry.
wand of the mighty company or whatever
Yeah,
the hell we wanted?
the Wand of Nethers.
Yeah.
But you have some wood, anyways.
I'm just gonna put I got wood.
Dude, it's my special feature. I have wood.
And put my wood
so
in my backpack.
Is that wand something we're supposed to find or something we're supposed to have made? And
Yeah,
now we
remember
have-
it's like cover your heart with you or another something.
Shield thy heart with a wand from the Nether Oak.
Oh, so we just make a wand then.
Well, hopefully it just counts as that because is anybody versed in Arcana? Oh, I am.
Not
Oh yeah,
I.
come to think of it,
Oh, that's me.
I might know a little bit about Arcana. I mean, is there
Indy.
actually a process to make a wand?
Indy, cover your heart.
No, wands grow on a wand tree.
Well, now you're just bullshitting, aren't you?
You mean is there a mechanics in D&D to make a wand?
No, I think
Is that what the
a
question
wizard
is?
just says, "This is my wand." They just declare it a wand, and wands don't have.
I think he has to
magical
have.
properties.
I think he has to have some kind of saying, though. I mean, it is wizardly, so it's like, "This is my wand." You know, there are no others like it.
I'm
You
not-
How does that go again? Isn't that the fucking like Marine?
This is my weapon.
Yeah.
There are no others like
Like
it.
it. I protect it with my life. It protects me. Whatever, all that. I can't remember.
I am in a world of hurt.
All right. So now do we
Make
need to
that.
go find these other 4 clues, right? I mean,
Yeah, 4 other towers.
yeah. Now,
Well, I mean, that is part of your idea, is to get all the towers, but there is also a big building right here, and
well, let's go. Since the
another big
DM
building
pointed
right
that out, let's
here.
go there.
There's a tower here. You guys can't see all the pins on the map. I
No,
can, so I'm pointing them
right.
out. I'm pointing them out
Now
to
we
you.
didn't go. Yeah,
There's a
we're
pin
right
over here.
Let's go there.
There's a pin over here. 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 There's a pin over. There's pins everywhere.
Well, let's go right here since we're here. Let's go in this one.
Into this one?
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like. Then you guys can decide if you go in or not. This
Okay.
colossal building has many lofty turrets in a state of disrepair. The ground below littered with their rubble. A giant-sized door at the base of the structure stands slightly ajar.
Mm-hmm. I
The
say we
door's
go
ajar.
in.
Kicking down the door.
Kicking.
You're gonna
So
kick
we
down.
walk up and
You're gonna,
kicking down the door.
you're
What
gonna
up, bitches?
Kick down the door that's slightly ajar already. I love it.
Hell yeah.
So when you kick open this huge door, it gets some momentum and it goes swinging open and slams against the back wall and makes a big old slap, and it echoes through this complex because this library is massive. Shelves and it lines all the walls, and they're all crammed with books. on every conceivable subject. You know, you look in and there's tables and bookshelves all over the place in this massive library.
Bill will
As
then
you
yell,
guys
"What up, bitches?"
look in, do you guys like go in and start looking around? It's a huge place. Imagine like I don't know, what's a library that everyone's been in? It's not quite as big as the Library of Congress, but it's pretty big. It's close
Hey
to that.
guys, how about we find a spell or a book with the spell identify, so that way we can have Valley actually learn it. Wasn't that the spell that we kept wanting her to learn?
You guys all look around. You don't see her.
Yeah, she went to the dome.
Right.
She wants to visit her friend.
Yeah, but if we find a book and she comes back, we can tell her to study it.
Do any of you have the detect magic? We can see if any of these books are magic.
Bill will go ahead and activate his warlock abilities.
I can dispel them all.
So when you guys kind of come in and you look around a little bit, you hear some commotion, and you look down and you see a creature. It's a wearing you know, bispectacles on the end of its nose is a jackal-headed humanoid, and it paces into view carrying a bundle of scrolls, like this, and
Oh
and
no.
Barbarian.
and then behind it, an eyeless, white, like huge, like a 5 foot tall penguin carrying or like dragging a small cart that's laden with books behind it. It's like waddling behind it. This penguin. It's like you know, carrying this, dragging this, shuffling behind it with this cart. And you all meet gazes the jackal-headed guy looks and says, "Oh, this that's very nice." Joyfully says, "Oh, you must be the librarians. Scry has need of your assistance." And then and you see you know, like the penguins just kind of just shifting around kind of uneasily.
Are you Scry or
Where's Scrub and Scry?
Garbage Cry? What was that?
Scribble Scry?
That's his name, Scribble Scry?
Yeah, Scry. That's this guy, the jackal-headed dude.
what
And
what do
I'm
you
just
need
reading through these notes.
from us librarians? You know, we don't use the Dewey
Well,
Decimal System anymore.
Sky needs your. It requires your help. You have to find the books of keeping.
Where were they seen
Books.
last?
Who checked them out?
Somebody borrowed them and then brought them back. Where were the books of keeping found or seen last?
Well, they think we're the librarians.
No, like we
Yeah.
should know. Where did we last see
Scriven
that?
Sky says, "You are the librarians. You have to find the books for me."
Do we have a cleric?
For Sky.
I'm a cleric. What What do I have?
Do you have-
Library knowledge?
Find object.
Oh, do I? Let me see. Doesn't it have to be an object that you already know about? Or that you've seen or touched?
It can be
So,
described to you. Or
Obsidian, are you here?
I'm here.
You're kind of like off to the side, just kind of minding your own business, and this penguin comes waddling up to you and kind of slaps you in the hand, and there's like a piece of paper or something that's now in your palm, and he kind of waddles away from you.
All
Back
right, so
over
I'll read the
towards
paper.
it says it looks really roughly written, like somebody wrote it like holding their left hand, but it's scribbled on a piece of paper in common. It says, "Help me."
Ah, you mean locate object, not find object.
yeah, something like that.
You have to be very familiar with it. You get it.
So I'll walk over toward Grun. Hey, Grun, do you have your imp? Can you do like the telepathy thing? Talk to minds? I'm going to whisper quietly to him.
Yes, I can talk with Yix.
And to other creatures.
I do not have the ability to talk to others, although Yix can communicate with others verbally.
So I'll hand him the paper. This was his little beast. Gave me this.
By the way, locate object is not a ritual. You have to have it memorized, and I don't.
Right, yeah, we'd have to like come back and tell him, yeah, it's gonna take us a while to find it, and we'd have to come back.
Bill has it.
You have to have it
Bill has
prepared.
it prepared.
It's a ritual.
Oh, Bill does? No, locate object is not a ritual. I just looked it up.
I know. But as a cleric, even if it is a ritual, you have to have it prepared to use it.
Yes.
Wizard is the only class that doesn't have that rule,
Oh,
where you
okay.
can cast a ritual without having it prepared.
Oh, but it's not a ritual anyway. Yeah.
Bill has it prepared. But unfortunately, it would have to be something very familiar to.
Well, but that's arbitrary though. Familiar, like if you've never seen a 2021 RAV4 before, but I describe it to you in detail, would you say you're familiar with it?
Yes, but the second paragraph of the spell.
Oh, what does it say?
A specific object known to you, as long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
Okay, so you have.
So that means you had to have
Ubered
in it. You've had to Ubered in it.
Alternatively, you can
you
find
had to have taken an Uber in this car before you could. So
alternatively, you can find something that's similar to it. But if they're like, "Oh, it's in a book," we're standing in the middle of a library.
Right.
Your divination goes off. It's like book, book.
For help from a penguin.
Book.
Have you seen anything like this before? Are you familiar with this beast?
Penguins? Not this size, but I've seen penguins around
This
the
is
north.
no penguin. Penguins don't have wings like this, or clawed feet, or disgusting eyes like that.
Hey man, it might get
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Oh shit.
So what do you think? We try and free him from what's his face?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to find these books they want. What if they're just on the shelf right next to us right now? What if they're just sitting there? We wouldn't know it though. We've never seen them.
Obsidian will turn toward the fox thing and then step forward a little bit. So how long have you been here? And what's the story with your little creature thing? Bird thing?
That might be insulting.
Scry has only been here for a few hours, but we must find these books. You have to help me look, or you have to help Scry look.
Now, is that the jackal or the penguin talking?
The penguin doesn't talk. He just
We can help you look. You know, we can search around here for a little while and see if the books might be right here. Sure, why not?
But the
Well,
thing
isn't that
is-
the librarian's job? Looks at you confusingly.
Please
Yeah, but
describe this book. Do you have an author, a subject, like publisher?
Where's the card catalog?
ISBN number?
we librarians are not familiar with every single book in the place. You know, we have to have a description so we can help you find it.
We're adjunct
Well,
librarians.
I have a friend that knows exactly where every book in the library is at. Unfortunately, Dewey is not here.
Dewey.
Dewey.
Yeah, Dewey. I know what you're doing.
Did you get that? Did you get that?
I got it.
Let's see.
Is Louis and Doc with him?
It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Doc.
He says, the books of keeping they're all different in appearance. We may not find all of them here, but there should be at least 4 somewhere I have not found. You can help me look for them to make sure they're not here.
We can search for a little while. Maybe.
How many books would we guesstimate just by sight are in this library?
1 million.
Million. In this little building?
Yeah.
Right here.
This is a colossal sized building. It's bigger. It's almost the size of what's the one up
Costco.
in the where all of our books are kept. The
Library of
The
Congress.
Library of Congress?
Yeah. How many books are in the Library of Congress? 80% that many.
That is a fucking
There you
good question, I'll tell you right now. How many?
I think every.
So is this bird thing your friend or your pet, or what is this? What is your relationship with the bird?
40
We are
million.
lovers. No, I kid. Screven size Kingsport is Screven size penguin servant. I have made him more intelligent than a regular penguin.
It used to be a regular penguin.
He did.
Could it
So
be
the
possible?
Library of Congress has 40 million cataloged books, but there's 171 million items, including music and manuscripts and stuff.
Okay, it's not quite that big. So
it's
a million
1/40th
books. So.
the size of the Library of Congress. All right.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking that searching without knowing what we're looking for is a waste of time.
Yeah. So either
Yeah.
tell us what we're looking for, or we gotta get going.
We gotta get
You are
going.
looking for the books of keeping.
Right.
It will say it on the spine.
Oh, it actually says it. Okay, well, you didn't say that before.
Okay, so it's a
Why are
book
you
that
holding
says
scrolls
books of
around if you're
keeping.
looking for a book? You described.
I'm
him
sorry,
holding
I can't understand 3 people at the same time. You there, with the grouchy face. Points at Grunt. You
Oh,
speak.
okay, that's all of us. I was like, well, if you're looking for a book, why are you carrying a bundle of scrolls? You said you were looking for a book.
Because
Just
I
robbing
didn't do the arts.
This is the way they painted me for a different adventure.
I didn't do the art. That's what he says.
How many books are there of keeping?
There are 4 that I have not found.
And
I'm going to walk over to Zazzy and sort of surreptitiously hand him the note that this is what the penguin thing gave to me.
Okay.
And it's a note that says, "Help me."
So you
I
say
mean,
Oh,
that
like
you
in
have
shit.
front of this guy, you're like, they're up there talking to him, and you're just gonna walk up and hand him the note and say that?
Let me
No,
ask
I'm
you something.
pulling
Plax,
Zazia to the side surreptitiously and whispering it to him.
Okay.
surreptitiously, yes.
Why do you
But-
need these books?
Can you reshare those
I-
2 pictures again, Drake? I closed them and I can't find the names of them.
They're untitled and untitled.
Yeah, you said you made him smarter than a regular penguin, right? But could it be possible that you made him dumber than who he used to be?
It's possible. It is possible.
So, like, you changed him.
I'm an
from
accomplished spellcaster, however, and he was pretty pathetic when I came across him. But what does that have to do with the books? He is here
Anyway,
to
the
assist
books.
me.
Yeah, so the books. You say they're the books of keeping, but do they each have their own title, or does it just say Book of Keeping, Volume 1? Or what? What are we looking for here?
The books have they say, book of keeping on the binding. The binding is going to be
Christ.
elaborate, usually made from something from the abyss.
Zazzy, can you tell him that we've got stuff we could...
So they
Zazzy
all
here,
look the same, you mean? They all the books look the same.
No, none of the books look the same, but they all have the same writing on the end. And he'll take a piece of paper out of his pocket and a pen, and he writes "Book of Keeping," and he slides it onto
Right,
the
got it.
table in
Okay.
front of you.
Now I got
He
now I
says,
got a
"This
question.
is what it says on the spine of the books."
You're King Sport here. Let me ask you this: is that a harness he's wearing? What is that? Do you have him as your servant or as your pet or what?
He's a servant of mine. I have enlightened him to serve me. He kind of kicks him in the butt. Move that cart.
Now I'm gonna go back over. Okay, I said just give me a minute here, and then I'm gonna go back over to Obsidian, and I'm gonna say, do we think that he wrote this note, help me, or that he can't talk? Do we just think that there was a note that said help me, and he picked it up and gave it to you? Like, do we think he needs help? I don't think he wrote it.
You think whoever wrote it very, very sloppily, like,
like with a flipper hand thing,
or a beak maybe,
Or a
Pose.
foot. Anything with a opposable
or a
thumb.
foot. Yeah.
So you don't need
foot.
opposable thumb to write. You can do it like
So
that.
Bill will speak to the jackal guy and say, "So there's 4 that you haven't found. Can you show me one of the other ones that you have found, so that way I can get a better idea of the inscription, so I may be able to, like use a locate object or something to help us?"
I do not have any of them in my possession currently. They are too valuable to me to carry around. As soon as I get them, I scurry them away for safekeepings.
what are you going to do with
Whoa,
them?
whoa, whoa,
Get
whoa!
'em?
Who said
What- what-
keep these?
Yeah, they got to
To
stay
the
with the
library. You
library.
don't just get to take the books.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Do you know what
you're
the
going to help
fine is
me.
after 25 years of nickel a day? Don't you know how that works?
Bookman.
Is there a drawing
Why
of
do you need
peepees
them?
and wee wees and Chinese fingers? Is there a way, DM, that Obsidian and I can create a situation where the scroll holder dude is talking to the rest of the party, and we can secretly get this harness off him without that guy knowing? We make that happen.
I mean, the penguin's within a few feet of him most of the time.
Right, but
so.
but if he's behind him a little bit or something, we can get that thing off him real quick. I have the overwhelming want to free him of that. And if Obsidian wants to help me, then we can maybe try it.
I'm gonna give you guys a 16 stealth check to accomplish that. Before you guys go into that.
Okay. Do you want to try
both
to do
are
this?
gonna have to succeed.
Okay. Stealth check, you say?
Sure, he'll try it.
All right, I already used my inspiration. All right, I will try stealth.
Nope.
Wait, why is it rolling twice? I don't know.
Armor.
because you
Armor.
have armor
okay.
on.
So yeah. So no, then no.
So you guys are like tugging on this thing, and the penguin's like, like because it kind of hurts because you didn't untighten it, you just started pulling it off, and the jackal-headed guy turns and looks at you and says, "What are you doing to my servant? Are you librarians?"
Nah.
What are you gonna do with the books?
We're not
You
librarians.
see him set the scrolls onto the cart. And his hand slips into his pocket.
We're
He'll
not
activate his
librarians.
charm of lightning bolt.
We're library security. You're gonna have to
And
come with us.
You, sir, have imprisoned this poor young, fruity-headed penguin thing, and we don't like it. We want you to set him free.
As soon as he puts his hand in his pocket, Bill will activate his charm of lightning bolt. He looks hostile.
Let's get into the library. Why don't we get into the library?
I have a feeling he just made a mistake, but
All right, let's get into it.
I'm gonna put you guys over here on this side. Like her. Let's see. He is. Are there tokens?
Well, this library's not that big. Let's just find these damn books and trade in the
It's too
penguin
late
for 'em.
now, fucking Bob.
Yeah, he's like over here, and
Does this map have a grid on it?
did I not put a grid on it yet? No. Let me throw the grid on there.
Because you know how I get.
Oh, it definitely needs a grid. I shouldn't
You have
be.
to add us to scale us to the grid.
Yeah, I'm gonna if I can finish doing the grid and.
If you accept one of our moves, does it not rescale the token, or it does not do that?
I don't think it does.
I just delete all tokens and drag us back over
Yeah,
there.
stupid man. Well, you don't need to. You actually don't need to delete all tokens. You just re-drag the party, and it'll put them there and
Yeah,
take away the
drag
others.
Really?
helmet thing at
Yes.
the bottom of the combat tracker.
Yes. You don't need to delete. You just re-add.
See, I always learn things when I come here. I learn
That's what
things.
this is. It's a learning channel. It's not the learning channel, but it is a learning channel. If it was the learning channel, we'd all be women.
All right, so you guys are kind of back here. She is not with you guys. Yix is back here on the.
So we're behind the bookshelves from this.
So this whole time we've been talking to him through the
Through the
books like that.
Well, no, you guys can be on this side of the bookcase. I'm okay with
Okay.
that.
Because we were trying to
Well,
help
Bill's
the
talking to him,
Mr.
asking him questions.
Kingsport.
Yeah, Bill was like trying to ask him questions about like the binding, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was there. I was there during the whole roleplay part, but we're no longer on the roleplay part. We're on the
Well, but
initiative part.
okay, but before we start that, Obsidian and Zazzy were pretty close to Kingsport because we were trying to get his vest off.
Actually, yeah, he's here, and that was Yix that was supposed to be back there on the bookcase. Sorry.
All right, so I'm here and Obsidian is next to me, but he should be maybe switched with Quaid.
Yeah.
Or there, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good enough. All right. Did we roll? Who's first? Am I last again? Always?
Obsidian.
So I want to use my sleight of hand to slice this harness off of him with my magic sword.
Ooh, I like it.
Give me an arcane check. Arcana. All right. You can easily take off his harness, and he looks at you stupidly for a second, looks down at the harness, and then starts to shrink down like do. You see his eyebrows get smaller, and the inner glow in his eyes kind of starts to fade as you're watching him. Anything else you want to do, Obsidian?
What does that?
When you say shrink down, do you mean become
He's like
demure
5 feet
or
tall
his...
now,
Yeah.
and he's starting to get shorter than that.
But is he decreasing in size or just...
Yes.
Okay, so because when you said shrink down, I took it to mean like emotionally, not
Shrivel?
physically. Okay, got it.
Well, a little bit emotionally too, like the gleam in his eyes, like the he doesn't really have any eyes, he's blind, but the curiosity in his expressions is getting is fading.
It's returning to a normal penguin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you've cut the magical device off of him that had him awakened.
Got it. Cool.
But but with a 3 on his Arcana, he doesn't know that.
Right.
All right, and then I'm going to. Do I still have my action?
That was your action.
Okay, then I'm going to step back. Am I able to move through King's or get to
Yeah,
there somehow?
he's
Parkour over the
he's
shelf or something?
You get a parkour over the
he's
shelf.
a neutral faction too. He's not hostile towards you. Yeah, you can do a little flip over him.
Hip check the bookcase on your way.
Run.
All right. Let's try this. I want to use crap. I want to try use banishment on this guy.
He's going to try to counterspell you.
Then I will counterspell him.
Well, he's got to succeed on his counterspell though,
Yes.
right? Because you're casting a 4th level spell.
5th.
So banishment is 5th.
I'm
I
a
thought it was
warlock.
4th.
So it's always as 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Grun has been given advantage by Caesar in the chat.
That doesn't help him currently.
Well, but for counterspell it would, wouldn't it?
No.
No, because his counterspell is automatic.
Oh.
He's counterspelling a 3rd level or lower spell, so it's automatic.
All right. Well, you got an advantage coming to you whenever you're.
But what do I need to roll? Probably Arcana.
The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. It's not Arcana. It would just be a
Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever its spell casting ability is. Wisdom,
spell
charisma,
Yeah.
8
intelligence.
plus proficiency
Oops.
plus 8 plus proficiency plus just the ability.
DC.
Yeah. Well, I double clicked on accident, and I rolled a 1 on the first one and a 2 on the second one, so I didn't even help myself really. So you do counterspell. Actually, he does not counterspell his banishment, and you banish him.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll the saving throw.
Damn it!
Oh, you don't banish him.
Why did it roll twice?
He's probably
got advantage.
He's probably got spell resistance or whatever.
Yeah, magic resistance.
Yeah. Because he's a bitch.
EX. Let me close it.
Going to fly down here and annoy Scriven Scry and give Bill the help action.
Is Yix dodging?
No, he shouldn't be.
Got dodge on him.
That was last combat. We apply help to Bill, and then it can be.
Bill has Sentinel, everybody. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yes, I do. So Bill will go ahead and run down next to Scriven Scry.
He's not sauntering?
Sorry.
This is a
He'll,
first.
he'll do the electric slide run. It's a little bit faster than the saunter. Yeah, because this guy clearly, he said that he's a accomplished spellcaster, so he does not like this. Well, he's sauntering as you wish. Does Bill get the idea that Scriven Scry is casting a spell?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
You just 15.
Why did I get advantage on that?
Because Yix was giving you help to attack him, so you shouldn't have had advantage. But the 15 was the first roll anyway. The second was the 1.
Yeah, you think he was casting a spell? You think he did cast a spell, or he tried? There's some kind of spell casting competition going on.
Okay, well, Bill will go ahead and not use his charm yet. And we'll go ahead and Hunter's Mark his ass.
Wait a minute. Help is not a. Is help a thing you define one or the other? I thought help was just help, and if he chooses to use it for roll a
Yix
check.
is distracting Scriven Scry to help me hit it.
The help action kind of depends on what you're doing to help, right? I'm helping him by distracting him so Bill can attack him. So that would give him advantage on attack. Yix is not providing any kind of arcana knowledge to Bill. So giving him advantage on a skill check.
Yeah, okay. I guess. I've never, it's never come up before, but that's that I wouldn't. I get it. It makes sense, but I did not know that's how it was used. I thought help was a condition that you apply to somebody. The reason doesn't matter, and it's either the check or the attack, whichever comes first. But I see that you're
Standard action in combat. It's a defined standard action in combat.
No, but you see what I mean? I always thought it was you just give the help action, and then whatever happens with that is what happens. So he chose to do a check first before he attacked. That's that. I'm not saying that's correct. That's just how I thought about it. So yeah, we can continue. We don't need to listen to me.
So Bill will go ahead and swing his battle axe. Smite.
What is this buzzing noise?
Bill will go ahead and be using non-lethal damage, by the way.
So you use like the butt of your battle axe, but the radiant damage seems to do normal damage. It doesn't seem to do non-lethal.
Sucks to be him. And then Bill will go ahead and turn his battle axe around and try to hit him with the, I guess, blunt side of the axe.
He dooged.
He ditched. Alright, and that'll be it.
You know what I need to do? I need to make those two separate commands. Because you're right, you're issuing one or the other, not both, right? So I need to separate those.
All right, so Quaid kind of likes being back here behind Zazzy, and
Damn
he is going to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. And I don't know if you want me to put this token on there. Well, let's see if I do it first. He gets a save. Looks like he saves it. He fails.
No, he failed.
So here's that. I don't know. You can manipulate that as you want. He's restrained, and I am that. Second level spell. Take that off, and I think Quaid's actually going to head this way. Get behind these bookshelves.
Hey, Marbania, if you click
Mhm.
persist on that, it should make that believe non-modifiable.
The what? Click
If you-
persist on.
Yeah, on the. Oh wait, it's not a targeting. Never mind.
Yes, to say I don't have a persist.
That only happens if it's a target.
But since Rob mentioned about making sure to use those tokens because he didn't know about fairy fire, so it just kind of helps that.
Yeah, I'm a full believer. Even if there's no tokens, at least a drawing, like a square or circle, because other players won't remember what you've done. Okay, let me just take that back. I won't remember what you've done.
Let's see. He didn't take the damage though. So how does this read? Is it at the start of his turn you choose a blah blah blah. The target must make strength throw. He failed. Target takes 2d6 damage. Restraint. So he does take damage now.
Yep.
Not bad. Yeah, and to break out, he's got to make us. Yeah, blah blah blah.
All right, so you see him. He's restrained, but he can still cast a spell, right? Nothing stopping him from casting a spell. Verbal, somatic components. And
That's what's stopping him. Counterspell.
it's the DC is 17.
Okay.
Still a chance.
Still a chance.
Anyone want to give up your
I'll
inspiration to help him?
give you my inspiration if you don't have it.
I'm going to use mine.
Okay.
I've still got mine. And that's just a straight ability check? Or is it the 8 plus proficiency bonus plus spellcasting?
Counterspell is.
I think it's the same as just casting a spell, isn't it?
Spellcasting modifier.
Don't forget, Grun, you still have an advantage from chat. Did you use that yet?
No.
So you can use that.
So I'll use that advantage from chat then, yeah. So
Ability check.
It's just a straight up ability check?
Your spellcasting ability, yeah.
Okay. That advantage on that.
And
nice.
17 is the number you needed, right?
Number.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Let's double check. 10 plus the spell's level. Yeah, he was casting a 7th level spell at Quaid called Finger of Death.
Ooh.
Well done.
Didn't Quaid hide behind the bookshelves?
And
yeah, I mean my intention was to get behind the bookshelf.
He can see your shoulder.
yeah, oh, if you were trying to get behind the bookshelf, yeah, he could see you. See you a little bit. See your toe.
I would have ran that way then if that was the case, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep moving. He failed. Let's hopefully get done with it. These things are wicked.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. He can use an innate ability for free. Let's see.
Is this his lair?
Innate ability for free?
Yeah, no. There's a couple of things that he can do, not on his turn. I'm just glancing through them. Nothing that's probably going to help him though.
Oh, I know one of those, which is the most popular, which is pass.
Die.
Oh, maybe it's die. All right, I just
Does he get
changed
a
that.
save at the end of his turn?
No, he needs to
Isn't
try
that
to.
an action?
He has to
He has to
actively try to
yeah,
break.
he has to try to break out, which he didn't. So, but does it say he takes? Does 2d6 bludgeoning on failed save has much break out? As an action, you can cause the hand to reach for a different creature, blah blah blah, or keep it
to try and
restrained.
crush.
Yeah, so it doesn't do additional damage then.
It's just got him held.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like,
Quack quack.
just to do like a rules layer thing. Casting a spell is not considered an attack, right?
Depends on the
If
spell.
Yeah, it
yeah.
depends because many
I mean,
spells.
if I blast you in the face with magic missiles, that's an attack.
Yeah.
Or is it like casting light.
No, not an attack.
Okay, and what he did was not an attack.
All right, this is what's happening. I'm gonna cast banishment. Suck it. Damn it! Half damage. All right. Well, what I wanted to do was get rid of a 4th level slot. So thank you.
You mean that 4th level cantrip?
That's a 4th level
Save or suck.
cantrip.
Save or suck.
Save or suck.
Quaid. Top of round 2.
Well, if Quaid can see him, then he's going to blast a couple Eldritch blasts at him.
You got
Oh, wait a second. No,
-5
I've
to
got.
hit unless you have spell sniper.
Let's see. As an action, you can cause the hand to reach for it. So I don't have to. I can just hold him there and still take an action, right? Yep. Looks like it. So
It's not
no, I'm not.
concentration.
It is concentration.
Yeah, so you just can't cast anything that's got concentration. You're good to go.
Right. So -5 from there, but if I go 5, 10, 15, what is that?
No minuses.
No minuses. I like no minuses. So we'll cast this out.
Holla.
Roll down. Pretty minimal. And that's a hit. And so 15 to there, 20, 25, 30. Now behind there, he can't see my ass. Unless I stick my ass out there like this. Look at my ass.
I'm gonna kind of do the same thing with a couple of Eldritch blasts.
Holla.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna order Yix to attack Scriveny. And then I'm gonna join Quaid out the door.
All right, Sivan Scry's gonna pay with his life. Zazie will do the old Jimmy Jam.
Well, it wasn't a 4th level one.
No. How does he get to go again?
He
I don't like it.
teleports away.
God damn it!
But before he goes, he says, "You've made an enemy today."
I don't give a fuck. He's gone. Oh, too
And,
bad. Obsidian was about to get something good. Well, he'll still have it later, but he was about to kill that.
So you guys get one of these.
Do we see him? I'm going to get up on one of the shelves. Do I see him anywhere in this room?
No.
Sweet.
Now this little
So,
penguin doesn't start humping my leg like last time, does he? Oh no, that was in the Friday game.
Uh,
I saved
the-
something
the-
and I had like a pet forever.
The penguin's like now trying to get out of here, and he's running into stuff.
We'll boot him outside so the Nothics can eat him.
But just let him. There's no such thing as a spell that's called like calm down or something, is there? Calm the fuck down.
It's calm emotions, yeah.
Calm
Animal
emotions.
friendship. I mean,
I should have just banished the penguin too.
Bill will
charm
go
monster,
ahead.
charm. All kinds of
Bill
stuff.
will use his potion of animal friendship.
And turn him into a servant.
He probably
Isn't there still a role for that? Yeah, DC 13.
Hold on, I'm trying
Don't
to
hear
wait
that
for
noise very often.
song to go.
What the fuck? Is that animal
That-
enemy ship? What the hell was that last thing?
He's
No,
trying to
that's-
talk to it, but they don't growl like that, I don't think.
That's hummingbird tongue slowed down really fast, so you can understand it. Before they
Sound of
slowed it
squirrel
down,
here.
before they slowed it down, it was like, okay,
I see. Well, that was pretty good, by the way.
You work at the radio station, don't you? You put those disclaimers at the end of
yeah.
Auctioneer.
When you drink
It
this
causes
push, the
eternal
colleagues
bleeding,
get
death,
able
or
to
anal
finish
leakage.
for 1 hour. Your muddy liquid rings of the two.
You forgot.
at the pre-care of preventing disease.
May cause internal bleeding, death, or anal leakage.
So this penguin looks up at you with his blind eyes and his blinky eyebrows, and he goes, "Mama."
I knew it, Mama. I knew it. Fuck me. That's Bill you're talking about, right? Let me be standing over here.
He doesn't know. He can't see. He just.
Oh, right. Okay.
"Mama."
Okay, we'll go ahead and remove the potion from my inventory.
The penguin opens his mouth, hoping you're going to shove something down his throat.
Bill, you better take care
Quick,
of your new
Quick,
kid.
Sassy, bring over your wood.
No, not my wood, buddy. I don't want
You have
nothing.
netherwood. You can.
I
give to
turned
the
to
penguin.
I turned to Obsidian and be like, "This was your idea."
Bill will throw a ration, like, in his mouth.
I'm gonna make minor illusion of a fish in my fingers flopping around and kind of hold it over his head like
He can't
this.
see.
Dance.
He's blind.
Oh, he can't see? Well, I'm
Why
gonna make
is-
it
why is
smell
he
like
blind?
fish.
Minor
He's like,
illusion smell like fish.
Yeah, make my fingers smell like fish here, and then he can just follow my fingers.
So
and
why
we'll
is he
lead him right
blind?
out of
Mama.
No, why
he's
is
he's falling around the fish smell. I guess.
I want to
You
start
lead him
searching
out.
the library while they're playing with the penguin.
Well, maybe you put the harness back on, and you got that harness over
Playing
there.
with the penguin.
It's broken. It wasn't taken off. It was cut off. It was.
Putting fishy smelling things in
He's
his
mending on.
right?
And
Claire?
Obsidian's going to start looking through some of these bookcases for the books of keeping.
Books
we-
of keeping.
Do we level up before break or after? How are we doing that?
You guys are about halfway done with the mission to level up. Let's put it that way.
Halfway. Okay, well, let's burn the library down. Now, how far are we?
4 clues.
Now you're less than halfway.
Oh, we
of
went
level
back.
up.
Okay, never mind that.
You lost experience points for burning the
We
place
got
down.
negative. I remember when, like in first edition, you would take experience away from people.
I
Monster
did.
Drain your XP.
I used to make my players take notes and They had to write down every gold piece they acquired, every spell they cast, how much damage they did, because I gave them XP for all of that.
Yeah, XP, or I mean, gold used to be XP. Yeah, remember?
Well, thanks to Chris Busey, we have all that information
We do
on
have it.
the one Discord
I thought
channel.
it was Gary Busey that.
No. What's his gaming Buddha? Who is he?
Priest. Or yeah,
Priest,
gaming
yeah.
Buddhist.
Gaming
Gaming
Buddhist.
Buddhist.
Yeah. We got
Sorry, it's
stats.
Priest, I think.
All right, so let's see. Searching the library. How long are you guys going to spend searching the library?
As long as it takes.
A couple hours at least.
Well, there's
Libraries are big.
1,000.
Well, we know that the book has a
100
very specific inscription on the spine. So
200,000 books to search each.
I can cast locate object for a book because I would be very familiar with a book and I can see books with that inscription on the spine because he's shown me what the inscription says.
Yeah.
He actually wrote it down on a piece of paper.
And it'll give you the direction within 1,000 feet, right? Isn't that right?
Does the library look as if it's organized at all? Like we can ignore the cooking book section and the second section on mimic mating rituals and whatnot.
Actually, you think it looks purposefully like they've been not organized.
Purposefully haphazard.
Yeah.
I'll burn
I
the
like
second level spell.
locate object
don't
has
you
a
get
like an electronic fucking finder sound. That's funny.
Did I change that or did you change
I
that?
don't know.
That's default, I think.
That's the default?
Yeah.
It's the second part of the second paragraph. Alternatively, a spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. So I'm looking for a book with that inscription on it.
Well, Scriven Scry was carrying some scrolls that he set down on the cart. And no one actually cast Fireball in here, so they're still good. So there's actually it was only 3 scrolls. One of them was just some scribbling.
Milk,
The
wheat,
scrolls
bread,
were
cheese.
Ludman's tiny hut, plane shift, and wall of ice. Oh, and I guess there was 4. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a scroll. And a chime of opening with a single use remaining.
You don't have a wizard, do you?
The
No.
cart.
Yeah, Val.
Well, you have Val. The cart contains 6 books that look valuable, and one of them is about a book on the outer planes.
Like where Netheril was, or the Netherese.
I'm gonna speed read it.
Oh no! Each of the books is something about the outer planes. 6 texts. Each one kind of discusses the outer planes and different.
Kind of browsing through. Do any of them refer to like this city? In any
No, not specifically. No, they're just generalized books that have a value to them.
generic treasure?
Generic treasure worth 250 gold pieces per book. So yeah, generic.
Sell it.
To the right person. There's also everybody give me one of these rolls right here. An investigation roll. Let's see.
Quaid got a pretty good one.
Obsidian and
Ix and Grun are useless.
Bill. You all 3 find some lore.
Bill
on
with an
Yithrin.
8.
So, Bill,
Better find out
you
about that after break.
find that the Nethril. It's only going to take a second here.
Okay.
That the wizards imbued certain spells with their own life force, turning them into living entities. Who was the second one that I said? Bill, and then Obsidian, and then Quaid. Obsidian, you discover that the city's creators used mimics as construction tools and beasts of burden.
We met one of those.
Columns, 50-foot tall columns. And Quaid, you discover that an abracadabras is a magic box that can create food and drink, among other things. So some Yithrin lore.
An abracadabras.
I said that right? That's the only time I ever can
Yeah.
pronounce something right is when it's a really
Abracadabras.
tough word.
It's an abracadabras.
Abracadabras.
Magic
Abracadabras. 10-minute break.
All right,
Abracadabras.
10-minute break, everybody.
10-minute.
Boom, 10
10
minutes.
minutes. I gotta pee like a $10 racehorse.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to put the slides on like that, and then I'll put the clock on there for you guys. So if you're watching the stream, you can see when we're coming back. Boom. And before I take my break, I'm going to do my homework, which every stream, well, every game that we take a break, I have homework to do, so let me do it. And the homework involves changing the slides for the next show and for YouTube. So let me do it. Oh, my eyes. My eyes are doing that where they're kind of tearing up and stinging. It's like somebody rubbed salt in my eye or something. Maybe I did. I don't know. That happens sometimes. You guys all get it. You guys get it. All right. Adobe's opening maybe sometime in the year 2021. I don't know. It's taking a while. Why is it taking long? Why? Come on. Break time's almost over. Adobe. My God, Adobe. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the next show will be, let's see, today's the 31st, so add 7, so July 38th. That is what? August 7th. 8/7, and that'll be episode 38. All right, so let's just change that. Now let's save it, file, save as, save it as a JPEG, like that. And then when it comes up in the on-screen rotation that you guys are looking at, it should be good. And then since I'm in Photoshop, I go to the YouTube thing, change that from episode 36 to the current episode, which is 37, so that when I save it on YouTube, it has the proper. You guys know all about it. Now, normally, I would take my headset and leave it on my head and walk around the house. But I'm not doing that. I'm going to take it off. So there's actually going to be, like, some of you are so happy about this. Silence. Well, if the players talk, you'll hear them, but I'm going to be not talking. And I'm going to say that I'll go get a snack and come back and see what happens. All right.
Hey, Johnson.
Oh, you doesn't have to call me Johnson. My name is Raymond J. Johnson, Jr. Now, you can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay, or you can call me Johnny, or you can call me Sonny, or you can call me Junie, or you can call me Ray J, or you can call me RJ, or you can call me RJJ, or you can call me RJJ Jr. But you doesn't have to call me Johnson.
But you doesn't have to call me Johnson.
You can call me Ray. Jay doesn't have to call me Johnson.
You can call me Anheuser-Busch.
Yep.
You can call me Natural Light.
He did Miller Lite and Anheuser-Busch commercials like 10 years apart. Young people know what the fuck we're talking about. What's a commercial?
All right, you guys got some stuff in the party sheet that you guys need to either pull out or I'm going to delete. So,
Potion of
Begging
Greater
me.
Healing. Somebody take that. Who doesn't have one?
Bill does not.
Take it.
Take it.
Well, I don't have one either, but I got some other ones. Sling Bullet. That was Bill's anyway, wasn't it?
Yep, that was Bill. No, that was I don't remember who got that. I got a potion
Bill
of
did.
giant strength or large size or something like that.
Yeah, the bag of beans.
Smiling
you
Bob
guys found that.
Yeah,
Insight commercials.
it's magical.
So I have a serious question with these sling bullets. Would I be able to do doing a combination of an attack and my deflect missiles to where I toss one up and then do a spinning kick and kick the thing or at somebody.
So somebody slings a sling bullet at you and you're trying to kick it back at them? What are you talking about?
Do that. Well, I'm saying with these +1 sling bullets, can I have one in my hand, toss it up in the air, and then do a spinning round kick and kick it at somebody?
Instead
Like
of
he
using a
uses his big
sling?
balls.
Correct.
He uses his big balls.
I would allow you to, I mean, everybody's proficient in a sling, right? So I would allow you to add some role-playing embellishment on a sling. Yeah.
To just pull off
It
a
would just
jock
still
strap
be a
and be,
sling,
"Woo!"
but if you wanted to, role play that you're kicking it or you're hitting it with your forehead and flinging it out, would still have the same length, the distance as a sling, and
So he could
range
add a
hit and all that
sling
kind
to
of-
his
Gotcha.
sheet, and then just
I'll
use
grab
that in
these
the,
5 real quick then.
and then
Yeah, he's just looking at changing the,
right.
the
But he,
flavor
for mechanics
text. Yeah,
wise,
I'm
he
cool
could
with
use
that.
a sling and then just say he's kicking it.
Yeah.
There you go. GM decision.
Thank you.
Because a monk with a sling just is silly. It's just silly.
Yeah, Marbania wouldn't let me do something like that, so thank you.
What?
I probably wouldn't either.
Let's see what else. All right, so here's some stuff that you guys.
I know why my eyes.
Uh,
It's Gore Vidal point. It's the smoke. Spin. Your eyes aren't bothering you.
Yeah, it's from the fires.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
posted a map on Facebook. The whole fucking Northwest is on fire.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Avernus out there. And I
Yeah.
walk my dog. It's everything is orange.
It makes
and
for
it's
beautiful sunsets, man.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Can't see.
I'd rather
Oh,
have
yeah,
a regular
I can't
sunset.
breathe.
Yeah. Can't fucking breathe.
Does
in
everything
you-
taste like ass?
You guys also find a
Tastes like ass.
a rule book on a game called Chain Lightning.
You don't say. I don't want to play. I don't want to play it. Oh my god, I gotta pour water in my eyes or something.
What does the rule book say?
It says Chain Lightning is a game in which 2 teams of 6 players compete against each other. To win, a team must eliminate the other team's players by hitting them with a 3-inch diameter iron ball. A player struck by the thrown ball is eliminated and teleported to the sidelines. The game ends when one of the team's players have been eliminated.
So it's dodgeball with cannonballs.
What?
With iron balls, yes.
What the hell
About
is
the
that?
same size as your juggling balls. So
What the hell's that got to do with chain lightning?
Look at the map.
Obsidian comes running to the group and says, "Look at this book I found! It's a game. It's got to be played over there." And you guys saw a stadium that had like lightning coming out of it.
Let's not
I
go
put the
there.
book in the party sheet, so if you guys want to read through it a little further, there are some deeper rules.
You can take it, Quaid, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, cleric can use it too. Sorcerer and warlock. Plane shift.
You're the only one I want to get rid of.
Well, it
Oh,
disappeared.
what?
I was reading it.
You know what? You don't have to hold up a fucking sign. I'll take it. See y'all. I'm out of here. I'm out of this butt stinking joint.
So here's what happened. I was reading this book and it just got snatched out of my hands. That's what happened.
Yoink.
Chime
Okay,
of
so
opening. Scroll. Who can use these scrolls?
The plane shift, cleric, wizard, or cleric, sorcerer, warlock. Wall of Ice, wizard. Lehman's tiny hut, thanks, wizard.
Wizard and bard, I think.
Eldritch knight. Arcane trickster.
Yeah. So the only one the party can use is plane shift. And
Well, Lehman's tiny hut. Can't
Val-
Valley use that?
She's got it. We slept in it, didn't we?
I know, but if she can like have a scroll, so in case she's like out of her spells.
All
right, yeah, we give it to her.
Oh.
How come she's not with us, by the way?
She's in the dome.
She's
talking,
has a booty
that's
call.
right. We'll save those wizard. We'll give the 2 wizard ones to her, and then some warlock can take the plane shift one. I don't want it.
Now, I'm just gonna ask the obvious, but didn't we have to like break through a crack in the ice or something to get in here? And this place is supposed to be a city's been sealed up forever, and yet there's this fox dude, and then somebody that Valley's meeting with over here that's all of a sudden showed up. What's going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of people around here for a supposedly dead city.
Maybe they came in the same way we did.
Bill will go ahead and take plane shift.
You think a rule's death might have had something to do with
So,
allowing people to come into
You're
the
gonna
city
roll on
too?
the plane shift with me?
Oh,
So if
well,
you're
not really
taking
her death,
plane
but-
shift, you can have it.
No, just roll against me. I don't want. I just want to win something.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll
Look, all
roll
you gotta do
against
is
you.
beat an 11, and you did with a 12.
Son of a
There you go.
bitch.
So you got, well, shit.
See, I said
Chime
so.
up.
All
Bill
I
will
want to
take
do
the
is win.
scroll.
So I lost.
So Bill will take the scroll of plane shift
Come
and
on,
hand it to
baby.
Quaid and say,
No, I don't. I was serious. I just wanted somebody to roll against me for it, and I
Here,
lost.
I got a
Take
4.
the
There,
fucking
I have
scroll. I
it.
don't want the fucking scroll.
take the fucking
I
scroll.
got a 4.
Give me my medication, would you? Get off my lawn.
11 is bigger than 4.
11 is bigger than 4. That's what she said.
Take the scroll.
No, Quaid turns around and hands it to Zazzy. He walks away.
All right, let's put it this way. I'm going to delete what's in the party sheet
Rip it up.
if you guys
Well,
don't
the
take
only
it.
reason I don't want plane shift is I don't want to remember that I have it and I'll forget.
Well, it's a level 7 spell, and for me being
I have-
multi-classed, I'm probably
you
not
know,
going to be able to cast
Rob,
that.
I have party inventory turned on, so if you forget, then the other 4 players are at fault too, because it's all there. It's all there. They can
All right,
look
well,
at
it's
your
gone
shit
now.
too.
It's not in the inventory anymore, so.
Well, I guess if we're using a planes scroll of planes, we should probably take the Tristes.
I grabbed it.
Even if you don't want to use those for whatever, they're worth 250 gold a piece.
No, wait a minute. I'm
There's
not,
6 of them.
I'm not the guy
Yeah.
in here that's got a bag of holding. That's Pinch that's got a bag of holding in it. I don't want to carry all these books. Who's got a bag of holding? I know somebody does.
Let's scroll down the party sheet and see.
It's Obsidian.
Obsidian knows with his massive strength.
Hey, it only weighs 15 pounds.
His 7 strength, that's why he has a bag of holding.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't
He's
you
like,
take
you're
these
gonna
books
have
and
to
put 'em-
carry them over to the bag, though.
I'll hold it open.
So
There you
Obsidian,
go,
you're
Rob. That
the,
answers your question about chain lightning.
Well, it only drug one back. That's weird.
yeah,
Oh,
for some
damn.
reason the old shift's not working on the drag back. Here, just delete the rest and I'll change it to 6. Make it easy.
They're gone. They're out. They disappeared out of my inventory when I drug them over there. Yeah. Anyway.
There we go. All right, drag
Drag
that
back.
stuff in the bag of holding, Sven. The scrolls, you're gonna give those to her if she makes it back.
I mean, we are jacking around with a city that that we could end up in the Outer Plains, and survival manuals for the Outer Plains.
Ooh.
Or we might be able to find somebody willing to give us 50% of their value, and we'd probably take that.
Yeah. When you get back to East Haven or something, that maybe can scrounge together 100 gold total.
Drake, is that a magic item in the party sheet right now?
Party
I
sheet.
bet it is.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with that?
It hasn't
Is
been
it-
identified.
Where'd it come from?
Sven just put it in there. From
Ian's
his...
been carrying it forever, and I've been keep asking him about have somebody identify it, but we keep forgetting.
We would have done it a long time
where-
ago by now.
Where'd this ring come from, though? I'm just trying to remember where you got it from.
Don't know.
I,
What is
I presume I knew what it was. That's why I took it in the first place and it just
One of
didn't get
those-
identified. I don't know what it is, so
crawl machines like that. You got the ring.
Oh, there, I identified it for you. I don't think that's going to help you remember where you got it from.
Yeah, it came from
It's a
up there.
black ice ring.
Ah, the black ice. Give me the stones, Dr. Jones.
it's a Charlene ring. Okay, Charlene.
Cardolin, black ice, same thing.
Yeah. I remember there was a
5e, they
bunch of
changed it to Shardlin, but in 4e, it was black ice. Actually, in D&D Next, I think it was Crystal Shard D&D Next. Yeah, it was the first one they did, wasn't it?
they needed to change the word so they could have intellectual property over it. Black ice is too generic.
yeah.
Oh,
That's why every monster isn't called the
It's a-
monster.
It's an air freshener. Black ice is an air freshener.
all right. So, what you gonna do?
What
You
you
guys,
do?
you guys are, starting to
Short
get a little bit of a headache
Yes,
again.
yes, I am. Oh,
we
in the
should
game.
go try to. We should go continue exploring the towers, guys.
Okay.
So we spent 2 hours and we never found any of these books of keeping, correct?
No books of keeping were to be found. It was a ruse. It wasn't a ruse. It's just hopes. Screven Scry was hoping to find.
Hopes and dreams, thoughts and prayers.
You did find some information about the books of keeping. I think you guys should at least know what you were looking for, right?
So
The
they
books
were
of
real.
keeping is basically oops, where'd the stupid thing go? Is basically just a list of all the true names of every Yugoloth ever created.
So it's the Yugoloth knock list.
Yeah, it's pretty much. If you want to like have a whole horde of Yugoloths and summon them to, you just need their name and.
So, while we're, I guess, reading and stuff before we depart, would we be able to take a short rest?
Absolutely, you can get a short rest. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The short
Good.
rest.
Regain
Party taking short rest. Na-na.
I figure since we have stuff
No,
going on.
Level up. Alright, so which tower now? Fellas.
The next one.
God damn it.
Okay, so we've got where's the little note? I had the note.
Let
thing.
me take that away from you guys, and I can push.
So that's great.
Everybody's
We
already
got the
looking at it.
We got the first, the second.
Yeah, so you guys were in here.
We get a pin there now too?
Sixth and
a
eighth.
green pin?
We haven't been.
Yeah, I should make you a pin.
But we didn't get a phrase in there, did we?
No.
One of the schools.
You're
was on-
only finding
that's-
the phrases in the school towers.
Oh, well, that's the only
School
place we
tower.
should be going. I thought this was a school tower. We shouldn't be wasting our fucking time. Although we dilly-dallied in there with that fucking penguin.
Right, but you also gained a couple of magical items too.
That's true.
And hey, guys, did you know that some of the sorcerers or wizards, basically made themselves into spells?
I do believe you guys are here to like loot for magical items too. I thought that was part of your.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, you're
Is
out.
everyone
Well, that's why I
else-
turned on detective magic. I mean,
Is
why not?
everyone else hearing static in Bob's mic, or is it just me hearing it?
No.
No, I'm hearing it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, it can't be the headset. It can't be that. It's got to be your software because that headset's brand new. Come on.
No, I need to restart my computer. That's what it is.
Library. The colossal building has many lofty turrets and a penguin. Cool.
He sold the headset you sent him to support his habit.
And he bought another one for $10. I love it. God damn it. Friends are for.
All right,
It
a
says
green
there's
pen.
a
Look, I gave you a green
structure.
pen.
There's a structure that stands in a jar someplace. Do we see a jar someplace with a structure in it?
That was the door in this room we just went in.
Never.
What does it mean, a
I'll abandon.
jar?
Your door
I
is
thought
a
it
jar.
was a door.
Your refrigerator is an envelope.
Yeah, when they first came out with the car that used to say that, you
Uh-huh.
remember, your door is a jar. I hated that thing. I hate it. And now I
It's a
have an
voice door.
Alexis that talks to me all the time, and I hate
Yeah,
it.
everything in my car is always a voice. What about the alarm that said, "You're too close to the vehicle. Please move away"?
Yeah.
Remember those in the 90s?
The
There was a
Vipers, yeah.
guy in Fort Polk when I was stationed there, and he had, "You're too close," and the Huey guys knew his car, and they would fly real low over the parking lot and set that thing off. Pop, 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 pop,
I love
you
how
know, they would come down real low.
there was one guy that had in his car. I don't know if he must have made it himself, but right a few years after RoboCop, he made that thing the voice in his car, and it says, "Please move away. You have 15 seconds to comply." It was hilarious. People would go, "Holy shit!" And if you'd seen RoboCop, you were even more scared.
Yeah.
Ed 209. All right. What is this?
So you guys want to go to a tower now?
Yeah,
Is that what
we
you
want to
guys
go to
like
a
this
real
one?
one. Looks like this yellow circled one looks friendly.
The walls of this thin tower are etched with intricate designs of hands and eyes. Silver light flickers from a high window above which a large carved eye animates and blinks. Part of the tower's roof is missing.
Huh.
Wave to the eye.
Maybe.
This sounds like the
The
same
roof.
description
The
of
roof is missing.
this tower, I think. One of these two. One of these two towers down here. I thought it had strange inscriptions and an eye on it.
All right, well, let's go on this one first since we're right here. Do it. Let's move in.
All right, let's go in. Let's
And
go inside.
as we do, we go immediately to the top.
Of course, because
That's where all the stuff is.
first I need to check to see if this has a grid on it. Does.
Nobody walks into a lighthouse and goes, "Look around on the bottom floor." Nobody does that. Go to the top.
So, large gashes in the roof allow you to see the dark icicle festooned roof of a great ice cavern beyond. So this is as you guys go up to the top, and I'm gonna put your guys' tokens up here because there's a map. I don't know. So you guys are up here somewhere in this room. Tokens are unlocked. And there's the map. Large gashes in the roof allow you to see the dark icicle festooned roof of the great ice cavern beyond. Silver light emanates from a 3-foot high diameter glass orb situated atop a 2-foot high cylinder stone plinth in the center of the room, the 30-foot room. So right here, there's a pedestal, and on top of that pedestal, there is a 3-foot diameter glass orb. There's like rubble scattered all around the circular chamber, and eyeballs drift inside the orb like fish in a bowl. Some have cataracts, while others are bloodshot or pus-filled, but all turn a gaze at you as you approach.
Puss.
You can see huge chunks of the walls have been broken off in here, and the inscription bearing the divination passage, the inscription is missing.
Can we
Missing.
tell where it was?
Right? Is there like dust in a hole where it should have been, or is it just not there at all?
Yeah, you can see like where the other places the inscription was. It's the wall's missing. You know, it's the whole section is gone.
Bill's gonna walk up to the orb and just poke the orb. Poke it in the eye. See if anything happens.
I think we're already inside.
Bob, when you said that, poke, I'm literally putting a wet cloth in my eye. I have my fingers in my eyes right now. When you said poke it in the eye, I was jabbing myself in the eyes. Thought that was funny.
So yeah, when you like, Bill goes up to it and like goes like poke, and the eyeballs kind of jump like fish would, you know, a little bit when you tap on it. And they look at your finger, you know, they're like, the eyeballs are.
If only we
There's
had a
some-
cleric that could cast.
There's some writing on the plinth.
That could cast
Some
what?
engraved writing.
Mending.
Oh, I don't do pussy mending.
Okay. So what's the engravement say?
The engraving says,
For a good time call.
Zazzy.
Can
Well,
anyone read this?
damn it!
Grun understands it. Says, "Ask and we shall find."
The books of keeping.
So Obsidian will respond.
What do we want the books for?
I don't know, just for satisfaction.
We're interested in where the friggin' missing piece of the ceiling is that had our clue.
Yeah,
What-
exactly.
What is the saying? Or yeah. What's the saying?
What's the saying? Yeah. What's the saying?
what's the saying? What are you guys talking about?
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm asking him, what's the saying?
You said ask and we shall find, and that's the question.
Obsidian will respond to it, walk up to it, and say that in Draconic.
Nothing appears to happen. The eyes just kind of blink and look at you blurrily.
Well, what do we want to ask? Oh, ask it. Where is the clue? Where is the? What are those called?
The
The
inscription.
engraving?
Inscriptions. Yeah.
The inscription?
Ask it. Where is the inscription of this tower?
Or just what did it used to say? That's all we need to know is what.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, what does the inscription say from this tower? Ask that. Go ahead. Pee in the cup of life, but shit in your neighbor's mouth. Is that what it says?
It doesn't appear to be doing anything when you guys are just asking questions.
Even if he asks in the language, is that what you did? Typed it in the chat.
Yeah, it doesn't.
you were-
The eyeballs are just looking around like
Bill
like
was
when you
po-
get close. When you
Conan,
get close to it,
don't
the
you
eyeballs
also
look at
speak
you.
Draconic?
I do.
Maybe he'll like you better.
I mean, I can try and ask the same things where the inscription is, but
Maybe phrase it in a different way.
Kind of looks like a big ass crystal ball. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh, put your hands on it, and like you do with the crystal ball, and say answer. Do it now.
Go for it.
Just pick it up and shake it.
Oh well, I'll do it, but I have to do it in common. I don't know if it's gonna help me.
We don't know if he speaks common or not.
Okay, I'll put my hands on it. I'll go up there and put my hands on it,
Magic 8-ball.
and I'll say.
You put your hands on it, all the eyeballs kind of get a little not agitated, but a little hyper. You know, they're like
Yeah.
buzzing around a little bit, and then you ask the question, where the inscription's at?
Or what does it say? We don't need to know where it is. We just want to know what it says.
You don't think that's the right question?
Oh,
Let's get where it is.
Where's the missing?
yeah. Where's the missing inscription?
You think it's more of a scrying kind of thing, not a divination? Ask and we shall find.
Oh, show me the inscription. I'm imagining that clouds will form in the ball and it show me a picture of the room.
Yeah. You have a vision. If asked for the whereabouts of the missing wall engraving, the orb provides a vision of where it fell inside the observatory.
Nice.
Area Y15. So
And then I go,
you see Y15 on the street sign.
Excellent. And I say to the party, follow me, and I go to Y15.
Breaking the ball.
However, you first need to make a Constitution saving throw,
Oh,
and
no.
the DC is a 20.
Does anybody want to lend me their inspiration for this? I don't care if you don't.
I will.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll take it. Thank you. Constitution, right? Does anybody?
Yep.
All right.
Saving throw.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't make it.
So you take. This isn't coded, so I'm just going to roll 3d6.
Oh Jesus.
So you take 13 points of damage.
Okay.
So you only take what, 3 because you got 10.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you take 3 points of damage, and left or right. You got to pick left or right.
Left.
Your left eyeball is magically plucked out from its socket and teleported inside the orb.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Somebody touch it. Go ahead. Okay, I will.
Let's see. See injuries in the Dungeon Master's Guide for rules on losing an eye. Ooh.
How about rules
Rules
on getting it back somehow? Now I gotta fucking wear a patch. Mother of fuck. All right.
Do you like how I'll ask you to pick left or right? Pick left or right.
You can cast regenerate.
Apparently there's a cost. There's a
Level
cost
still?
using the orb.
I hope it was worth it, everybody. Who has regenerate?
You see your eyeball floating around in there.
Do I have regenerate?
No, it's a level 7 spell.
Boo.
You grow back.
Oh, did you find the rules for losing an eye?
No, I haven't looked that up yet.
Injuries.
I can't
You have disadvantage on perception checks that rely solely on sight and ranged attack rolls.
Holy shit.
Well, ranged attack rolls aren't going to be too much of a problem for me.
If
So
you
would
have
you
no eyes
consider
left
the-
after sustaining the injury, you are blinded.
So what you're saying is lesser
You want to use it again?
restoration.
You want to use
Use
the
it
orb
again.
again?
Use it again.
It
He
says
keeps it once.
the only limit to how many times it can be used is how many eyeballs the party has remaining.
No, but if you ask me left or right, I would just say left again. So see, it's a free question.
I wouldn't ask you left or right because you only have one. I wouldn't
Damn
ever
it.
ask you that question.
All right.
Well,
I would
don't
say
worry,
right or
because
right.
you would become blinded, and then we could cast lesser restoration to unblind you.
I don't think that works that way.
He's
The
not
spell
blinded
says we
because
can-
of a condition. He's blinded because he lost his eyeballs.
Just one.
Well, blinded is a condition in 5e, right?
Do I see my eyeball floating around in that thing?
You do. It's looking at you, blinks. It winks at you.
Now, what if I smash this thing and take my eye and put it back in my head? Is that anything? I just hear Sammy Davis Jr. going, "Hey man,
Are you gonna
that's
put
my
your
eye."
Are you gonna put your hand on it and try to imagine yourself smashing it and see what happens?
None of your DM trickery and skullduggery is gonna work on me right now.
He's only half blind.
I'm
So
half blind.
I
I'm not
don't know where.
stupid.
Let's see where Y15 is at.
right. First of all, yep. I need to add to conditions and effects module missing an eye.
You could add all of the injuries from that table.
I should, yeah. Where was that, Sven? Or who, Manicure? Who looked that up?
Lingering injuries, page 273 of the DMG.
Okay.
Hey, didn't somebody make a module?
Now, if only I had a
does this,
module that had the pages,
right?
but I think
272.
as a
272.
player, 272. Is that even in here? Let's look.
It's got broken ribs, horrible scar, festering wound, lose a foot, lose an arm.
What's it called? Page link? You don't have that one, do you, Drake?
Which one?
Lingering
The page linking one. What's that? I don't even remember what it's called.
Oh no, I don't. The
Don't have it.
DMG,
Yeah.
the
okay.
DMG page link. No.
Didn't like Marmus make it?
I can't. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The rules that it proposes for when you would do this are a little harsh. Like whenever you take a critical hit, you get potentially a lingering injury.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't play with that lingering injury
Whenever
shit.
you hit 0 hit points, but isn't killed. Every time you drop to 0, you get another one.
Yeah,
Right.
lingering injuries are too tough. It's like let's do the optional encumbrance rule. That's like
And then
Wait, here's
the natural healing.
6
That's another
books.
fucking bastard of a rule.
Oh yeah, no, that one's tough.
Okay.
Let me make a story entry for your new pen here. What do we got? The Tower of Divination. And I've just been posting the little beginning
Carrot
thing
tower?
there.
Looks like an upside down carrot.
That's the observation tower. That's
Oh,
what Zazzy saw before he lost his eyeball.
here, here. We just looked out the window.
So if
Oh.
I just put the pen on the tower and then make it green, do I still have to share the story entry?
Sure. Yes.
Yes.
Only if you. Yeah.
We can see the pin, but we can't open it.
I was just trying to make it so it didn't pop up in your face, but there it is. You gotta see it. And I don't know why there's an arrow that says there's instructions from something. What the hell?
I have a purple amethyst if you want to have a fake eye.
I have a bag of beans. We could take one of them and shove it in their eye socket.
Arr!
You guys do see like this.
You insane is what I meant to say. Are you insane? Damn it!
Over here, there's like a deep well right next to that tower.
It's
It
so
plunges.
funny. Like if a character dies, I'm like, cool. I'll roll up another one. If I lose an eye, I'm like all upset about it now. Tower of Divination.
So but this thing looks like it's only so thick. Gotta be a magic well if it goes into some.
Yeah, you can also see there's benches circling it. See those little benches there around it? There's 5 of
Yep.
them. They're glowing are glinting under the purple glow of the nearby street lamp.
Looks like there used to be 6.
Walk around the well. Is there anything else to see? Is there anything written
So
anywhere?
you guys want to go over there and check out the well over there? Let's see. Yeah, so a deep well lunges through the city floor into darkness. The stone well is a little slippery around the outside and stuff there because of the frost and stuff. There's a where's it at? Around the lip of the well in Draconic, or which is the old Ythrin other language, says, "Herein lie the immortal remains of the telepathic pentacle. Sit, meditate, and learn."
That's it.
There you go.
So we can each sit on a bench.
Yeah. Let's each sit on a bench and yoga.
I already know how to meditate, so it'll be easy for me.
No.
I have yet to master quieting my mind.
That's
Quiet.
because Yix is constantly talking to you.
Yes, he's always buzzing in my ear, making me want to shoot things because I'm so annoyed.
Like random tower.
So there, there's like the 5 benches, and then there's the engraving around the well that says that. When you glance down in the well, it's dark. You can't see the bottom.
I'm gonna have Yix fly down. He can see in magical darkness.
Uh,
I'm gonna kneel next to the well and meditate.
Are you going to sit on one of the benches?
Where's the writing?
On the lip of the well.
Sit.
I will just kneel by the well where the writing is.
Yix sees some kind of at the bottom of the well, something at the bottom of the well, slightly shimmering and moving around a little bit. What's his dark vision range? 120.
120 see in magical darkness.
Yeah, so he can. He just peeks over the edge and he can see down because it's only 100 foot deep. He doesn't have to fly down there, and he's like,
I do.
"There's a creature down there."
Grun naturally has 120 foot dark vision.
Yeah,
too.
so you can see down there too.
So does
Okay.
Bill.
It looks like a multi-headed, like a Hydra type of creature down there, but it's like all black, and it's not like lizardy heads. It's just like a multi-headed, like you can't. It's not moving around. It looks like it's just slightly shifting a little bit, kind of at the bottom. And you don't see any eyeballs or anything.
The description says it's immortal. The immortal remains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Telepathic immortal.
I'm always up for learning something.
I'll never want to learn anything again the rest of my adventuring career.
Yeah.
Which would be the
I learned
next-
my lesson. That's the only thing I need to learn.
Here, touch this, Zazzy.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
You'll do what?
What happens when we're sitting in?
Say again?
So we're all sitting. Does anything happen?
Are you sitting on the benches?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you try meditating?
Trying to learn
Sure.
something here. If Grund would stop grumbling about not being able to quieten his mind.
Oh, shut up.
That damn imp.
So after a minute, who's sitting on the benches? Who wants to go first? So Quaid's like he starts to meditate, and you start to see this vision of like an apprentice mage, he's graduating from one of the House of Arcane, and he joins one of the 8 arcane towers. He realizes that apprentice mages would graduate from the House of Arcane and join one of the 8 arcane towers, each one dedicated to a different school of magic. And you get the vision of the House of Arcane, and it's this building here, the one with the horns, the 8 horns that circle.
Yep, worth checking out.
Who was next?
Zazzy will go
Eel.
next. Oh, okay.
Zazzy, you get a vision of this magic box, and it's like it's this really cool magic box, and it says abracadabras on it, and you think it can create food and drink among other things.
And is it
That's
just
what I'm
half a
talking
vision, or
Yeah, box.
It can,
You
it
can-
can create
so
food
right
you're-
side of the
you're-
box?
among other.
Your brain hasn't totally lost the binocular vision yet.
Gotcha.
Your brain's still on binocular
I'm gonna get me
vision.
a fucking Steve Austin eye, you guys.
Was there somebody else that was meditating? Bill, you get an ancient obelisk stands in the shadow of the spire of Orathus. Using this obelisk and the staff of power, one can turn back time.
Turn
Wow.
back
Okay.
time to the point where this. Oh, we wouldn't want to mess with that, huh?
You turn back time.
If I could turn. Hey, can I turn back time? Can we go back 10 minutes?
Can we go back to put you guys where you guys are? Where you guys are.
So Zazzy's in the well?
Zazzy's in the well.
That's right.
Am I
We'll
in
get-
the well?
Long white stick.
Are those beans down there in the well? What's
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I had the tokens locked. Oh, they locked when I put the encounter. When I
Did-
put the encounter in,
You can turn that off.
as
Decimal
we're
line.
gonna have. No, I'm okay with it. Well, I don't know. It does seem to hamper me a little more now than it used to. I don't know why I haven't put my finger on it. But we're gonna have this magical sound effect as as you guys have awakened a creature.
Oh, fine.
The
Cthulhu.
thing in the well. The thing in the well.
It's 120 feet down here, right?
A gibbering five-headed apparition rises up and five-headed aberration. It doesn't have any image of it, so it's like
Looks like a big
kind of
teeth.
imagining it like a big, after the alien gets blown up and he's like a whole bunch of like stretched out heads, like yeah. So Yix actually gets to react first. He's like, "Oh shit! What the hell is that? That's what I saw. That's what I saw."
Is it already up or is it at the bottom still?
It is got a 30-foot reach. Oh,
You
wait,
said
let's see what it says.
100 feet down or?
Uh,
29 feet down.
yeah, no, it's actually cresting the top of the well currently,
Oh, already? Okay.
so you can see it. You can see it because you guys started to wake it up when you started meditating. So it had it could have had almost a minute to climb up.
All right. Well, then Yix is going to come and distract it and give Grun the help action.
I haven't even looked at this thing. Let's see what it looks like. It's huge.
It will kind of like step up to it, pointing kind of down into the well. He will go ahead and use his charm of lightning bolt this time.
It fails.
A lot of
25.
All right, and better move the charm off now. With that, he'll go ahead and so using the charm, is that considered casting a spell?
Oh, using the charm, is that considered casting a spell? What does the charm say?
I deleted it from my thing. It says you can like it.
What is
There's
it? A
the
charm
DM
of
note.
what?
Charm of lightning. This
I
charm allows you to
don't-
cast a lightning bolt spell as an action. No components
So
required.
yeah, so you cast
Okay.
a spell.
All right, and with that, that's it. They did.
Obsidian. You're like
Obsidian
sitting on the ground, and you
has
hear
been
this.
granted a critical hit by Caesar in the chat.
Awesome. Am I considered prone or with
No.
my acrobatics up? Okay. I'm going to move 40 feet.
Unless you wanted to be. Oh, I don't have them locked. Let me lock them for you guys. There you go. Funny, it takes a second to lock them. Who put this grid on here? This crappy ass DM doesn't know how to grid shit properly.
45 feet. Run around, and I'm going to, as I'm moving, this water starts coalescing around my hands, and as I skid to the stop in front of Quaid, I blast this creature with this blast of air, and I'm going to pump it.
Don't forget your D6.
Fist of Unbroken.
You gonna play that song, Rob?
What song? I don't play songs.
D6. I roll a D6.
Oh, roll a D6.
The thing in the well. The thing on the wing.
Oh, is this a save,
So that's
Sven?
D4. Yes.
Well, so you can't use
save.
it. So you can't crit us. Well, it's supposed to be for attacks, not for saves. I suppose it doesn't make a difference, but I don't. Does anybody?
What are we trying to do here?
So he got a crit
I'm
from
sorry.
the chat, but that's traditionally for attacks, not for saves. Because it's a
All
critical
right, so I'll
hit.
attack it first then. So that way.
Okay.
So does the 4 count?
The 4 is an effect on the crit, yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I'm rolling the hit.
No, but you got to wait for Drake to tell you what the effect is before you do your damage.
It is. In addition to the standard critical hit damage to your target, you gain advantage on a roll on all ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws until the end of your next turn.
Damn!
Nice.
Nice. All right, so my
Nice.
bonus action, I slash out and punch him in the face, and then I'm going to blast him back, which he already failed. So he takes 23 points of damage and gets knocked back 20 feet.
Let me double check if he's got anything. He does have some things that help him against being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, stunned, or knocked unconscious. So if any of that comes up, let me know. But he can be knocked backwards. So how far do you move him?
20 feet.
And
or to the-
5, 10. Well, I mean, he can only get. Are you trying to knock him down as well?
Whack-a-mole.
Like
No, he
into
said
the well?
he was
Because
up
he
over the top.
Well, yeah, his
attacking us.
heads are just now starting to rise up over the top, and that's what you guys are, are attacking.
All right, so yeah,
his
so I'll
heads
blast
and
him
stuff.
down. I don't know if he would need to make a save, just maybe if he falls or how it moves itself, but it moves at least 20 feet.
So I'm gonna push him down 15, back 5 and down 15.
Whack-a-mole.
Because you didn't blast him out of the well yet, you know what I mean? You like blast him back down in there, but you can see that he's got these huge clawed feet, and he's climbing easily up this well with
All right,
his
and
climbing speed.
so it says it knocks it prone, but if he's down a well, I don't think that would happen.
knocking it prone would mean it would fall to the bottom of the well, like a flying creature, wouldn't it?
No, he's got to climb so he can climb. I mean, he can technically be prone while he's hanging on this wall, though. So
How
you
far-
can apply prone to him.
How far down the pit is he?
15 feet.
Oh,
It-
okay.
Well, with the flying rules anyway, if you're knocked prone while flying, you fall unless you have an innate, the special flying, like normal
Right.
flying.
He's not flying. He's actually prone, hanging upside down on this wall, clawing at the wall.
Dangling.
He's
All
you
right.
know.
I'm gonna do something, and let it if it's gonna work this time. Thank you. And then I'm gonna move. 10, 20. There. Yeah, this grid is not right, but I'm gonna go there. The grid is somehow
The
fucked up.
map isn't drawn right.
All right. I'm gonna fling a bead from this necklace of fireballs down that thing far enough to where it doesn't get us, but it gets him.
Hey, Quaid, instead of fireball, why don't you pop your
Charm of lightning. I thought about the charm of lightning too, because you seem to do pretty good with that. But let me do that. So it'll
You
get
also
rid of
got
something.
cone of cold.
Cone of cold. I'm not used to that. This would probably. Oh, he failed. Ones and sixes. Huh? Figure that.
Hey, you guys are working this thing. You haven't
Work
even got
it.
to go yet.
Yeah, Quaid starts moving the hell away from it back here behind Zazzy.
What the hell?
It's a
Hey man, how's it going?
Hey,
How's it going?
Hey man, this thing's gonna. Hey man,
take
climb
it.
up to the
Tyken.
well, and I'm gonna roll a d6 to see who gets
Roll the D6.
3 of
hey,
the
Drake.
5 attacks.
You know the
Huh?
the little spell window with the DM spell tokens? Did you notice the buttons at the top of that window?
This seems like deja vu to me.
Yeah, 5 foot, 10 foot, 15. What is that?
It randomly selects a target within that distance. Since he's large, you might have to select like 10 or 15 to select.
Yeah.
So I presume I'm
But
taking
it's
prone
not.
off of him.
Yes, please. And he's not going to target EX because he can't see EX. But he is going to use his heads to attack.
I mean, you can still
Multi-attack.
obviously roll, but
Yeah, so he's gonna. First 3 attacks are gonna be on Bill.
fun.
So the first one, he tries to bite you and misses. The second one, he tries to bite you again and misses. And the third one, he gets a hold of you, doing 7 points of damage, which you absorb. And 2 attacks are on Obsidian. The first one
He'll take a bad life.
is a 10 points, and he's like, "Ooh,
Is it
you
considered a
hit me."
missile?
What?
Is it considered a missile?
His head? Is his head considered a missile? No.
Can you catch his head and throw it back?
And he doesn't die, so he's gonna try to bite him again. And misses. Let's see.
It's the thing in the wall. Oh, in the well. Thing in the well. Charm of lightning bolt.
Oh shit, this thing can have 5 reactions.
Because the 5 heads.
Yeah.
It's okay. It won't be alive long enough.
Yeah, I know.
But it can't take. It can only take one reaction per turn, though, right? It can't do all 5 in one.
Yeah,
thing.
it can. It's got 5 reactions per round.
Oh, that's insane.
I mean,
No.
I'm
No,
sure
but
it can't take 5 reactions on the same
that's what I meant. That's what I
creature.
meant.
Yeah, no.
Like I hit it and it beats me 5 times. I don't like that. Yeah,
Wait, let's
Fireball.
double check that.
Fireball.
Don't forget you
that'd
can
be-
target me if you need to.
That would be cool if he could.
So, no, I don't need to target any of you. I can just target the thing because I can center it like here, and I don't care if it gets Yix because he's immune to fire damage.
He's just gonna drop a fireball down into the well,
Yeah.
blast his ass.
Yeah, you could just
Yeah.
do that and it would come out like that.
It's like
Yeah.
Like a
oh,
flamethrower.
it's like what's the Chinese wok thing that shoots the fire out of the bottom of the wok? It's like I think it has a term. I forget the name of it, but it's a wok stove or whatever, and he fails. It's like starts to
Nice.
cook this
Take
thing.
that, sucker. Oh,
Oh,
my God.
it's still
Oh,
up. It's
Jesus
critical.
Christ. Holy shit. Wait, kill it. Quickly.
Quaid's gonna step out from behind Sassy. And I think he's just gonna fire a couple of cantrips at it. Where the hell's my cantrips? Thank you very much. There it is. Got him targeted. And so Quaid comes out and he's like a sidearm pitcher in baseball and whips this Eldritch blast this.
All right, but before you do that, Drake, the thing in the well, has received a potion of greater healing from Caesar Fuckface in the chat.
Caesar fuckface. I know that guy, man.
Yeah.
In the chat.
Yeah, he gave the monster healing. Holy shit.
You say greater?
That's so funny. It is greater.
Yeah, I got it. I got it right here.
Fuck.
That would have. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I'm just gonna go ahead with what I was doing. So there's that.
At least it wasn't haste.
Yeah, haste. Give me 10 attacks.
No, shit, that potion probably saved its ass. Oh my god.
Man,
Thanks,
so
Caesar.
Grun, dispatch. Oh no.
Oh, and effect. This is the table that we have to use the effects.
The thing has just been given haste by Caesar Fuckface in the chat.
So it like ducks and you nail Bill with that
Ow.
attack. So
Ow.
And did
Damage on him.
someone say at least it wasn't haste? Was that?
Yeah.
I believe I heard somebody say.
That would be me.
just regular damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to be
So does
reminded
Bill
to
get
keep
to
my
attack
mouth
you with
shut.
Sentinel now?
And
No, I
I'm-
used my reaction.
Somebody kill
attack-
this thing before it gets a turn. Holy shit.
Yikes.
Yix is going to attack it.
It's like, no.
Oh no.
Come on, Zazzy. It's your
Is
turn.
it me? Is it? Oh my god. Why
Yeah.
is it
Kill
up to
this
me?
thing.
It's
or-
only got a 4 on its initiative, so it's only got to go once out of
This
almost
is
3
a complete
rounds.
waste, but I'm gonna do it because it's 2 attacks. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon,
hit points.
and that is my bonus action. So let's just see. Okay.
Too bad, Caesar.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Caesar, I will be giving you your XP back, so that you
For
can
your haste.
fucking use it for some other bullshit next time.
He's trying to redeem a Fumblebee type funble. Funble.
A fundle.
Bundle this, bitch.
And it was for Obsidian anyway.
Oh, And that's,
Um,
by the way, people watching, that's completely legit. If you want to be a complete ass and give the monsters help, it's totally legit.
Absolutely.
Entertaining.
It's fun sometimes.
Yeah. Some people do it in games to help the party get more XP, but I don't know why you would heal. Anyway, it's I killed it. Thank you. I did something today. Holy shit! I'm gonna have 1 kill on my stats.
Thankfully, he didn't summon another monster.
Oh, hold on. Second
Waiting
level.
for
What do you mean? There was 2 things in the well?
What?
There was 2 of them?
crap.
They're a mated pair? That's 10 heads.
That's what she said.
All right, you guys are done with that map.
10 heads.
There was no loot to be had.
Short rest.
Level up.
Yep.
Take an hour?
Yep.
Yeah, take an hour.
Let's
All right.
do.
Sit on the bench, take a nap.
I'll go back to meditating. Doesn't work.
Hell, I'm gonna throw a hit die. I only down 3 points, but fuck it, I'm throwing it. Nice. Bill should too. Yeah. You had to throw 2? Oh no. Short rest. Okay. Very
You
good.
guys hear like a loud clattering coming from this building over here.
Well,
As it gets quiet and you guys are taking your rest, you can hear like clattering coming from that building. It looks like maybe it's like a market or something. It's like looks like it might have used to have like banners flying over it. They're all like frozen and the towers have been crumbled.
Goods.
All right, well, let's go check out the clattering.
Let's go eat the rat cheese.
Do we walk, or is
And
there
this
like
is
a
the
nice
tower
little, like, riding
that
train to go there?
that Zazzy saw that is supposedly where the partial part of the wall fell from the Tower of Divination that has the inscription on it. That's the observatory. So you guys want to like hop down in here and come over this way and check out this building here?
Yeah, what's making noise?
Sure.
What's going on here?
Let's see if you see. All right, let's take a peek. A large market hall sits at one end of this plaza. So this is all a plaza that you guys are in. Faded pennants hang above the entrance, frozen stiff. A loud clatter resounds from within the hall. Yeah, you kind of can feel the ground shaking a little bit too, whatever that clatter is. That's coming from inside. So let's do this.
Update what links, Bob?
Like portals and the other ones that switched over.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Forge.
Well, not till they're not for sale anymore. I prefer someone buy it on the DM's Guild, not on the Forge. But when they go away, which is next week, I think.
I think I have to roll on the table.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wade
Funny.
feels right at home on these maps. The lack of color. It's like being back in the Shadowfell, man.
Hey, I couldn't afford real maps.
I like these.
Yeah, no, these are good. It's funny. Yix's token is not crooked, but because it's on a crooked box, it looks like it's crooked. It's an
Let's
optical
see.
illusion.
The market hall once sold relics of arcane wonder. Now its interior is worn of mangled shop fronts crushed by chunks of ice and stone. Most of the wares have become worthless, and everything else has been destroyed by a headless iron golem that is presently ramaging around inside the building.
Call his
And,
attention outside. We don't want to tear up any
Bill
more.
will
There might
check
be something
the
wrong.
crates as he walks in and try to see if he can find anything magical that Caesar may have bought in him.
Boughton.
Boughton's a word. Yes, Caesar has bought Bill the idea guy a random magic item.
Which table is that again?
Table B.
I got it. It's right there. $72 oil of slipperiness.
Ooh,
So
that
we
could
know
come
what
in
you're doing
handy
later.
right now. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
you're getting.
I forgot about masturbation. I forgot about it just for a second. Normally that's on the first thing on my mind.
You just don't want to. You just make sure you clean it all off before morning when you got to pee, because it should be like.
Oh, it goes every. Oh, god damn it.
Party sheet. I'm gonna drop it in there and then hit ID, and now you can take it.
When combat starts, you should just immediately throw it on the ground right here in front of this thing. Knock it prone.
Crap!
And
I
we'll
dropped it right where I am.
beat on it.
But that's where we're gonna just. This is a good spot to stop. We're
All
only
right.
like 3 minutes into it,
Yeah.
but this golem, the size of this golem, like the height and the look of him, looks like the head that you guys found might work on this golem. It might actually be the head off of this thing.
Head that we found where?
In the caves.
Downstairs in the cave.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
That's a long way to
Probably
carry a
3 days
giant
ago.
head.
All right.
And thank you, Caesar.
There's actually an image for it. Let's see.
For the head or for the body?
For the head. Remember there was
Yeah, it glowed. The eyes glowed.
Yeah, Caesar. So just still just get your updates from DM's Guild. You don't have to get the forged ones.
I don't see it now. Probably named cover art or something, you know.
Do.
I'm looking for artwork because artwork is always so cool. Let's try this.
Tell me
Oh,
something
here it is.
good.
Yep.
The big iron golem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
He
you.
is large. I think that head says otherwise though.
The head looks like
Unless that's
A head I would say huge.
that's a huge head.
It's a
I would
bobblehead.
say that
It's a bobble.
the head is
iron
off of a
golem.
huge creature. The head's not huge.
No, but
That's why
even if the head
fell
is
off.
like, let's say the head is 6 by 6, it's still huge. It doesn't take up the whole 10 by 10, but it's bigger than 5 by 5, right?
Or
See what I'm
that
saying?
could be a halfling.
Of course, I only see.
It could be a tiny creature. It could be a tiny
yeah.
creature. A halfling that drank a potion of shrink. Yeah. Be a little.
There you go.
We don't know. But that's it.
I'm
We
only
are
seeing
done playing
half
D&D
that.
Awesome.
tonight.
Awesome.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Drake.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Drake.
everybody. Good times. See everybody next week then.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
So that's how you do it, everybody. That's how you do all of the D's with all the other D's. This is you have some D's over here, and you have some D's over there, and then you have D's nuts, and you put them all together, and that's D&D. Yes, we will be back next week on the 7th for episode 38. This was episode 37. Don't forget tomorrow night to join Drake and I and Furyed and Leroon for the Fantasy Grounds College Founders Day closing ceremony for their big Founders Day weekend this weekend. And then Friday game, of course, is also happening with Joe Numbers. So Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Unless, of course, I burn up and die because it's 1,000 degrees plus there's fire everywhere. So that's if I'm here. If I haven't been killed, we shall be doing these. Thanks to you guys for hanging out and watch. Oh, let me give everybody the end of stream. Thanks for participating in the chat, you guys, whether it was positive or negative. Give everybody some XP points there if you hang around till the end. Also, what else do I want to tell you? Oh, I would also like to show you what you can do to participate in the channel other than just watching. Now, let me just say, as I always try to do, that if you are watching and that's all you're doing, then that's fine. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to cheer bits. You don't have to sub or resub. But yeah, I'm down to 3 nights. Yeah. Oh God. Well, I was doing 7 and then 6 and then 5 and then 3. It's enough. And now I'm still like only doing 3 nights a week. I'm still going like, oh fuck, is tonight a streaming night? Like I love doing it. I just don't want to have to do it. You know what I mean? Like it was like comedy. I love performing on stage, but all the other shit I had to do to make that happen was a miserable life. So yeah, 3's enough. All right. You guys can go to the Discord channel. You guys can go to Patreon. I have levels. I have levels of support for $1. You can cheer bits or sub to the channel or resub. If you do that during the show, you will attack the bit boss, which is currently Matakiri with 3,400. Matakiri 3,400.
Cheer
Drake
bits.
takes, bit boss.
Cheer bits in the stream. Thanks for the
Drake
cheer
takes.
bits.
Thank you, Drake. Bit boss. Attack. Drake takes. And I need, yeah, so I will DM on a Friday or Saturday when someone else is doing it. And if people keep offering to do it, which I think Drake's already offered to DM again on Saturday after this campaign. I love to DM, but I'd rather not do it. But I will if no one else will do it. And so we'll see. I think when the Friday comes to an end, you're going to see me DM. Because no one else is going to want to do it in that group. All right, what else? Oh, you can go to YouTube. No, let's back up a second. You can go to DM's Guild, which is, the most important. If you want to support me, that's where it goes. Buy some shit on DM's Guild.